Hey space explorers! Welcome back to KiducateTV, where learning feels like an adventure. Today, we're blasting off into the cosmos to learn amazing space words. Words that astronauts, scientists, and even aliens might use. Universe, everything that exists. Planets, stars, galaxies, you and me, all part of the universe. Galaxy, a huge collection of stars. Our home galaxy is called the Milky Way. Solar system, a group of planets orbiting one star, our Sun. Planet, a big round object that orbits a star. Earth, Mars, Jupiter, all planets. Moon, a natural satellite that orbits a planet. The Earth's moon helps create tides. Orbit, the path one object takes around another. Earth orbits the Sun once every year. Star, a giant ball of burning gas that gives off light and heat. The Sun is a star. Asteroid, a rocky object floating in space, smaller than a planet. They orbit between Mars and Jupiter. Comet, a space object made of ice and dust that forms a glowing tail when it comes near the Sun. Meteor, a rock from space that burns up in Earth's atmosphere, also called a shooting star. Meteorite. If that rock survives and lands on Earth, it's called a meteorite. Astronomer, a scientist who studies stars, planets, and galaxies. Astronaut, a person trained to travel into space. Atmosphere, the layer of gases surrounding a planet. Earth's atmosphere gives us air to breathe. Gravity, the invisible force that pulls objects toward each other. That's why we don't float away. Satellite, something that orbits a planet, can be natural like the Moon or artificial like communications satellite. Galaxy cluster, a group of galaxies held together by gravity. Imagine billions of stars. Nebula, a colorful cloud of gas and dust where stars are born. Black hole, a region in space with gravity so strong nothing can escape, not even light. Light year, the distance light travels in 1 year, about 9.46 trillion kilometers. Exoplanet, a planet that orbits a star outside our solar system. Supernova, a powerful explosion when a massive star dies, creating new elements in space. Cosmos, another word for the universe, beautiful and mysterious. Big Bang, the event that created the universe about 13.8 billion years ago. Spacecraft, a vehicle designed to travel in space. Space Shuttle, a reusable spacecraft that carries astronauts and cargo into space. Rover, a robot that explores the surface of another planet or moon. Space Station, a large spacecraft that stays in orbit and serves as a home for astronauts. Rocket, a vehicle that moves by pushing gases downward to lift upward. That's how we launch into space. Launch pad, the platform where rockets are prepared and launched into space. Mission control, the place on Earth where scientists and engineers guide astronauts in space. Satellite dish, a large round antenna used to send and receive signals from satellites. Spacesuit, the protective suit astronauts wear to survive in space. Helmet, a part of the spacesuit that keeps oxygen in and protects astronauts' heads. Vacuum. Space is a vacuum, meaning there's no air, no sound, and no atmosphere. Radiation, invisible energy that comes from stars and the sun. Too much can be harmful. That's why astronauts wear protection. Telescope, a tool used to see faraway stars and galaxies. Observatory, a special building with telescopes where astronomers study space. Light speed, the fastest speed in the universe. Light travels at about 300,000 kilometers per second. Orbit period, the time it takes for one object to make a full circle around another. Solar flare, a burst of energy from the sun's surface like a giant solar explosion. Magnetic field, an invisible shield around planets like Earth that protects us from harmful solar energy. Aurora, beautiful lights that glow near the north and south poles caused by solar energy hitting Earth's atmosphere. Quasar, a super bright and distant object powered by a black hole. Dark matter, invisible matter that makes up most of the universe. We can't see it, but we know it's there. Dark energy, a mysterious force that makes the universe expand faster and faster. Pulsar, a type of star that spins really fast and sends out radio waves. Wormhole, a theoretical tunnel in space that could connect two distant places instantly, like a shortcut through the universe. Wow, you've just travelled across the cosmos and learned amazing space words. Which one was your favourite? Black hole, nebula, or supernova? Tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next learning adventure.